Okay, so the angels, specifically Archangel Raziel and Chamuel, came through with a message for me just now about like everything that's happening on a collective scale with all the craziness that's going on. uh, People are definitely starting to take matters into their own hands, and instantly, off the top of my head, I think about the person that burnt down that warehouse, and there are also 5 other warehouses that got burnt down as well. And regardless of what you think, how you feel about it, people are taking action. You know what I mean? Like, it's no longer just something that people are like complaining about, and I really commend those people, because at least in one of the fires that I heard, like, nobody got hurt. And that's not the point. The statement being made is like, people should be able to live, and it wouldn't have, I think it was the one in California where the dude was like, this wouldn't have happened if you paid a livable wage. The thing is that there's no reverting back to how things were. um Things are just like all out on the table for people to finally decide what it is that they feel they deserve. What type of life did you come here to live? And whatever it is that we see like out there in the world, it's a mirror to our own lives. How can we show up in our own lives in a way that does promote that kind of change, that's in alignment for the type of outcome that we want to have? There's also another message coming through that the the people behind the curtain, they have to do things covertly. They, like, the game was never meant to be played fair, because that's just how powerful love is. I really want that to be the focal point. So with everything that's been put out there, in front of our faces, with what the people in power, the ones that are in front of our faces and the ones that are behind the curtain, we have to, again, like, everything is a mirror. We're being asked to continuously look at what is that mirroring to us in our personal lives, and how can we move forward with love. How can we y- you know um because when we understand how to show up for ourselves in our own personal lives, we'll be able to band together. And we've been making progress as a collective, even if it doesn't seem like it, without even having the full scope of things, without even having like a full understanding of things. It takes them to band together, again, behind the curtain, and to act covertly in order to um in order to trick humanity, in order to have our souls kind of like under their thumb. But the thing is that as soon as something doesn't add up, even if we don't have the full picture, on a soul level, we understand how things actually are. You don't have to be a freaking channel, super intuitive, like spiritual guru, whatever, to understand that certain things just aren't right. And having that understanding and just simply holding those powers at be accountable is enough to promote change, which is why the things are happening, the way that they're happening. And for the people that are aware of everything that's, going on, and that are really into it, we still have to find it in ourselves to be able to act from a place that doesn't step outside of that space of love and what's authentically us. And it's in, in love, it can be a tough love. Hence the people, burning shit down now. you know it is really for the greater good. It's rooted in something that is, like, again, like the person said, like, this wouldn't have happened if you paid us a livable wage. But we deserve even more than that. We deserve autonomy. We deserve freedom. That's what we are anyway. That's us fundamentally. We're not even supposed to have some watered down, like, we're piloting this. And the more that we navigate this in our own personal lives and understanding how to show up in our own personal lives, the more we'll be able to connect and show up as a collective. That is the pathway to overthrowing the powers that be, the people behind the curtain, whatever you want to call them. That is the only way. That is the message. I really enjoyed it. Have a great night, guys, or day, or whenever you're watching this, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.